Greetings Internet, this is Windy Man, back with another video about Hitman, trademark. This time we're going to Bangkok, another professional mode, suit only silent assassin run. So here in setup, we're going to get a couple of items ready, a silver baller for some precision shooting, the disposable scrambler to get through some of those key doors, and since we're going to start in 47 Suite, we're going to smuggle the lethal syringe into the room next to his starting position. We'll go ahead and get started here, and I'll walk you through how I did this one. Starting from 47 Suite, we're going to just grab that lethal syringe. We're going to poison Jordan Cross up close and personal. But first we're going to go ahead and take care of Ken Morgan. He is one of the easier kills in the game. Very appreciated here on promo that you don't have to do much to worry about him. Or in fact, you really don't even need to use your one save anytime after you get him with an accident kill. You'll note there on the left there's a housekeeper that's walking down the staircase. You don't want to pull out your gun until she is clear, so she won't spot you shooting. But we're going to aim at the support. And about 58 seconds in, every single time you shoot that light fixture, and just like that, just getting started, Ken Morgan is dead. Very easy kill here on professional mode. So to start the odyssey of killing Jordan Cross, you're going to make your way past those two hotel security guards, and it's going to take a little bit of time to get the setup that we want. So we're going to take a detour into this room, and you'll notice here the speedboat key. In professional difficulty, the standard exit, the boat by the dock, is not available right away. So in case you wanted to exit that way through some other playthrough, you can go ahead and grab those keys. Carefully make your way out onto the roof. Hug the wall here because there is a camera that you're going to have to shoot out. That's going to distract that security guard over there. The reason why we had to take a little bit of time to do that is because those two security guards we passed earlier around the corner, if you didn't wait for them to clear the area, they would come to investigate. You also want to take care of this hotel staff member. If you take too long to come back in to let that guard pass by going to parts unknown, he might spot you coming back in. So that takes care of one guard on the roof. The security, rather, will go ahead and clear this guy out of the way as well. That will make things a lot easier for us on the exit route. So we don't need to really do anything with this fellow right here. He can sleep in peace around the corner. He's not going to be found by anybody. And now we're on the Jordan Cross side of the hotel. There's a security camera here up and around the corner. You want to be careful shooting this, as you say, as far behind it as you can. Otherwise somebody might spot you shooting it. Now, here's the tricky part. We want to make sure we time this entry just right. That guy, the TV, the guy on the rail smoking. If you don't time it just right, one of those two or three people will see you and ruin that entry. So it's a little bit tricky. It might take a couple of minutes for the bodies to line up just right. But if you can get there pretty quickly, like I did, you can waltz right in. So again, just to make our entry and exit a little bit easier, we're going to take care of that one recording crew man and stuff him behind the bed. And now we're going to shimmy up the pipe. And just before you come up here, you want to make sure that those two bodyguards right there, they're in the side bathroom, and that's where we're going to want to be. So we're going to have to wait a moment for them to enter and then exit the room. They are on a regular cycle where they come in and out of that bathroom every so often. They are not doing that on regular difficulties. You're going to have to take care to not get spotted like I almost did. But no problem. They'll go the wrong way and I'll come around them. And now we're in the bathroom. This is going to be our base of operations for the rather tricky part of poisoning Jordan Cross. So we're going to have to do a couple of things here. We're going to be waiting in this room for quite a while. Just fast forward a little bit, 20 seconds. We're going to see the guards come back in. And we're going to have to wait a little bit longer because once they start going out, you want to go ahead and throw an object like a coin into this corner.
You go.
Sure thing.
That will distract one of them while the other one starts to leave. And just a standard Hitman play here. We're going to take this bodyguard out and stuff him in the closet. Be sure to pick up the gun here because it will come in handy. Of course, you don't want to see any other person coming into the room to spot it.
Because I didn't want to record your stupid song.
Now, these two guys right here, you'll notice here on professional difficulty, they are facing in opposite directions as opposed to them facing the same direction in normal mode. The redesign of these two characters made for an interesting quirk because they both come to investigate any thrown objects. What you're going to have to do, this is kind of a trial and error if you get lucky kind of deal, but you need to find a way to distract both of them separately. Here I kind of messed up the timing of it, and the thrown object won't distract them if the door is closed. You're going to need a little bit of a gap for the sound to travel through. It doesn't travel through locked or closed doors. You'll see the second fellow coming in right behind him.
Nah, it's nothing.
Yeah, that's something that always tends to happen. They both come in, so you need to time it just so that you can either distract them or separate them. I'm going the separation route. Because the guy was in the other room, you can strangle the guy behind in this first room. The room separation is enough for them to not notice the difference. But you do need to be very careful. You actually might want to spend that save before you attempt to separate these guys and distract them or subdue them to get them out of your way. Because you will need to get both of them out of your way. But of course, now that you got the one, the second one's pretty trivial. So he'll be distracted. We'll go ahead and get him in here, pick up that wrench while we're at it, because melee weapons are pretty useful here. Just to double check he doesn't open the door on us. And because now the body cabinet in this room has been filled with two bodies, we can't hide this third man after we knock him unconscious. We'll do that with the wrench here. But how he fell just so happens it's in the corner I like to hide extra bodies. If you do knock him unconscious out in the open, you're generally safe, but, you know, I always like to hide bodies anyway. So with the cycle, it was going to take a couple of minutes for Cross to come down, but 2 minutes later, here he comes now.
That is Jordan Cross, revered and reviled in equal measures.
And it's a pretty straightforward assassination here. We're going to get the lethal syringe ready to go. And once he steps into the recording booth, we're going to do the deed.
Both targets down. Now head towards an exit.
Now the exit route here in Bangkok Professional is not trivial. The exits have all been altered or heavily guarded. As you'll see in a little bit, the speedboat is not the way to go. So only exit path we have is to get out via the basement. I'm going to grab that crowbar here. Always good to have extra melee weapons if you can help. Let's make our way back down a floor, and we're going to exit the second floor here in the same way we entered it. Just want to make sure the timing is okay. You might need to wait a couple moments to make sure you get the right orientation of crew members here. Once again, that guy's going to go for the TV, and this guy should be leaving. There he goes.
Yeah, you know, I think you just answered your...
So it's just a matter of getting the timing right. That security guard is still sleeping. And we're going to take that crowbar we picked up earlier and make this guy go night-night. Again, you should be pretty safe just leaving him here, but you never want to take any chances on these pro mode runs. Just go ahead and hide him around the corner, just to be absolutely sure no alerts or no alarm gets him to come through. Now you got to be extra careful here coming back into the rooms area as they find Jordan Cross dead. Tragedy, young age. The hotel guest was coming down here, as well as that hotel staff member. You don't want to have them spot you as you come back in. So you just wait a moment. And we're going to make our way back down to ground floor. Make sure you do this through the restaurant, because if you go back through the hotel lobby, the cameras will spot you. The whole idea of this run is to make sure you don't have to deal with the security system. You just want to go ahead and avoid disabling that, because it's under lock and key. You're never going to get it. There you can see the speedboat exit, 2 security guards, and it's a trespassing zone in fact too. Don't want to go that way, even if you do have the speedboat key on a silent assassin run. The end game here in the basement exit, it's not an easy one either. This security guard here, he kind of defaults looking to the right, and he's angled in such a way where he's going to see you go in. You just need to make sure you're really quick once he turns his head to the left. So even though he did notice something, you know, you can just hide behind this pillar, no big deal. He is going to do a half-assed job.
I really think I should say something interesting here, but...
And now all we have to do here is one more security camera to take care of. Shoot it out. And we're going to take one of the guns we picked up earlier, either from the security guard on the roof or the bodyguard up on top, and we're going to plant it so one of these guards will see it as they goes back and forth. One guard just kind of plants himself looking directly at the exit, and the other one goes up and down this corridor as sort of a sentry path.
Okay.
So we're going to wait for him to come back down.
What the hell is that doing?
That's going to get him out of the way. And finally, we'll just wait for him to clear around the corner so he's not going to hear this. Wrench that guy. Don't have to worry about hiding him because we're out the door before anybody can tell. And there you go. Not the fastest in the world, but never one to go for a speed run. I'm just looking to complete everything in the most straightforward and safe fashion as you can. And really, this is the safest path I could find as far as getting suit-only silent assassin in Bangkok Professional. Did a couple of runs ahead of time to try to do it the same way I did in normal. Back then, there was a security camera station in the hut out back by the exterminator, but they removed that because it was a little too easy to disable the cameras. I tried disabling the cameras in pro mode, and that's impossible. So this was the route I found. Just have to shoot out 3 cameras. Don't have to worry about deleting the evidence because it'll not pick you up. And that's suit-only silent assassin, Bangkok Pro. That's my video, everyone. Thanks again for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.